In the previous video, we set up Unity and Visual Studio on our PC. If you haven't watched that video yet or haven't downloaded Unity, please go back, watch the previous video, download Unity, set up Visual Studio, and then come back to continue with this video. One important thing to note is that while learning these concepts, you might find them a bit difficult at first. However, with practice and patience, you will understand everything. I will do my best to explain everything in detail using simple language so that you can easily grasp the concepts. Let's begin. As you might already know, programming in Unity is done in C#. In the last video, I had created a file. If you are unsure how to create a C# file in Unity, you can go to the Project section, right-click, choose Create, and then select the option for a monobehavior script. You can name it whatever you like. For instance, I named it Hello World. Once the file is created, double-clicking on it will open it in Visual Studio. When the script opens, you'll see some pre-written code. We will go through it in detail to understand what everything means, like the namespaces you see at the top, such as using Unity Engine, what monobehavior is, and what the methods inside it do. First, let's understand what a class is. A class is like a blueprint where we store relevant data and functionalities. To explain this, let me use the example of a book. A book has details like its title, the author's name, and the number of pages. Similarly, in a class, we can also define actions, like checking what content is on a particular page. For this, we can create a method called displayContent that shows the text written on a specific page of the book. Let me give you another example. Imagine we are creating a program that requires a car. Think about the properties and functionalities a car might have, like its price, speed, model, color, fuel type, and so on. These would be the variables in the car's class. Additionally, functionalities such as starting the engine or driving the car would be its methods. You can see how a class acts as a blueprint. In future videos, we'll explore classes and objects in greater depth, making it clearer how to create objects from classes. Now, let's go back to the book example. In the book class, we might have a displayContent method, which performs actions in programming. These actions are called functions or methods in programming. Next, let's understand namespaces. Namespaces store relevant classes, and by using their names, we can access the code inside these classes. For example, in Unity, using Unity Engine is a namespace. If we remove it, functionalities like monobehavior, start, and update methods won't work, and the code will throw errors. In Unity, every file we create includes namespaces by default. These namespaces allow us to reuse code across different parts of our projects. Assemblies, on the other hand, are containers for compiled classes. They are of two types: .x files, which are executable programs, and .dll files, which contain reusable code for other programs. For instance, when you create a project in Unity, it automatically generates a folder with script assemblies containing .dll files. These files store compiled classes, which you can reuse in other projects. Now, let's talk about the file we created in Unity. By default, it includes the monobehavior class, which allows us to use its predefined methods like start and update. The start method runs only once when the program begins, whereas the update method runs continuously in every frame. For example, if you write a debug.log statement inside the start method, it will print the message only once in the console. However, if you write it inside the update method, it will print the message repeatedly for every frame. Hopefully, you now understand the predefined code in the file we created, as well as the concepts of namespaces, methods, classes, and assemblies. In future videos, we'll dive deeper into programming concepts and cover more advanced topics. If there's anything you didn't understand in this video, feel free to mention it in the comments section and I'll address it. See you in the next video.